All right. Hello, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. We're on all three right now. And we've got that fancy intro music now, Sati. I saw you dancing before we went live.
I was feeling it.
All right. So Rob Rashute and Sati Hillier, and we're going to talk all things OneMob. Actually, not all things OneMob. We are going to talk about integrations today, show you some examples. And before we do that, I know it's been a couple weeks since we got together on the live stream. Have you seen any really cool OneMobs lately?
Yeah, it's great, seeing some of these videos and how folks are getting more creative, especially as we continue to work from home or not as kind of in person as we'd like. I feel like a common thing that I'm seeing right now is just this whole concept of having like virtual happy hours or drinks together. And I like this one. Shout out to Chris Calderon over at the Difference Card. He made one where he's literally mixing up, I think, a martini. And he's like, hey, come join us for, our virtual happy hour. And he's inviting all of his customers and prospects. And, I think it's just a fun way to, again, capture people's attention, especially if it's 2 o'clock and you're, already thirsty for a drink and you see some guy there shaking his martini glass. I thought that was cool. So that's probably one of the highlights I've seen in the last week or so. Yeah,
I did like that one. I saw you posted that on LinkedIn. I think that was his first OneMob video. So pretty clever. I saw one that you had shared from OKC, the basketball team, Oklahoma City Thunder. And it was a really neat use case that I've seen before, but we don't see too many people do it because it's definitely one of those advanced tactics. Maybe we'll dedicate one of these to how he did this. But he essentially used his green screen and put his presentation on the green screen behind him. So the way that you do that is you save your PowerPoint as a video, and then you load that video on the green screen behind you in OneMob. So it's a little bit tricky to do, but it's really cool because you're still kind of full screen, and then your deck's kind of playing behind you. So cool use cases. Sorry, I don't have the person's name in front of me that did that.
Scott. Yeah, Scott over at OKC Thunder. Yeah, he's great. I thought that was an awesome use case. And you're right. Like, you kind of have to be a little bit more familiar with the platform. But I think we have a plan to do a session on some of our favorite features of mobile. And that's definitely one that I'll be happy to share because that's a cool feature.
Yeah, actually, that will be the next one that we do. We're going to go live again in 2 weeks. So that is March 10th. And we're going to go over our favorite features. We're each going to do 3 features from our mobile app that we really like. So definitely stay tuned for that one. I know I prefer to use my phone to do my recordings. I know you love our new recorder
I
that's
love
on your browser. I like that one too. I just like some of the cool phone features that we will highlight.
We should tell so people who come, bring your iPhone, bring your Android. We support both, and we'll show you some cool stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some of our integrations. The main ones that we're going to discuss today are Salesloft, Outreach, and XANT. And then we're going to jump into our new website. We have a new website, finally. It is really, really nice. I really love it. So we're going to kind of give you a sneak peek of that. But let's jump into it. And I'm going to start here, and I'm going to jump into Salesloft and Outreach to start, and just kind of show these integrations. These are really, really cool platforms for creating sequences of emails and reaching out to your customers. And that's why we started to do the integrations with them. We use them ourselves here at OneMob. So let's jump in and just kind of show you how easy it is to use OneMob within these platforms. And I'll start off by sharing.
Yeah. And I think why you bring it up, I think this is just a common thing that I've been hearing a lot lately is as sales teams are adopting these strategies of using platforms like Salesloft, Outreach, XANT, as well as others to run these kind of cadence sequences of series of emails, if you will. Diversity, it's like, what do they say? Like, diversity is a spice of life. Like, people love, to see things kind of broken up. And I think one of the things that is important is these platforms are really good about, like, okay, maybe you do a call, then you do an email, then you do a LinkedIn. And what you'll see is how you can also now add that, new element, video. And with the seamless integration, it's just all in one place. So this is going to be cool.
Yeah. And I like to start off here on, I'm just at onemob.com because I want you to kind of get that visual, because once I log into, we'll start with Salesloft, you're going to kind of see a very similar picture within there. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to my Salesloft, and in Salesloft, what I typically do.
Yeah, Rob, right now, I'm not seeing what you're sharing, just so.
Oh, no.
You got to pass.
Thank you for the heads up. Let's go back and add that. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
There we go. All right. Reset. All right. So here is OneMob. This is my library, and I just want to give you kind of that visual of what this looks like, because this is going to kind of be ported almost into these other platforms as well. So we'll start off in Salesloft. And, what I typically like to do in these platforms is set up templates, because I can take those templates and I can usually email that to an individual, or I can put them in a sequence of emails. So a lot of our new users will put into a new user sequence. So we kind of send you a couple emails during that first month, make sure we kind of get you going on the platform and can address any questions that you might have. And the way that we do that is kind of create templates. So I'll start off in templates here, and I'll just go to one of my sample templates and open that up. And you can see I've got a video in there already. So let me take that out. And once you have our integration, which, by the way, your Salesloft, Outreach, XANT, whatever platform admin will have to load on the back end, what you'll see is under their integrations, a OneMob logo. So on Salesloft, it's right here. You'll see our logo there, and you'll be able to click on that. And the first time you do it, it's probably going to ask you to log in and make that connection. But once you do, hey, there's what looks kind of familiar. It's like a mini version of my library. So I can see my content. I can still go to shared content and grab maybe one of Sati's videos. I can use my tags, and I can also search my content as well. So this is super easy to do because I'm just kind of tapped into my OneMob environment here. And if I just want to add a video like the one I made earlier today, I can just grab that video and hit next, and it's automatically going to add that video into Salesloft. And one of the new features we have in these platforms is now you can name those links. So before it kind of got a generic name, now I can name that. So maybe I name it after the cadence type, or maybe it's after my customer. So I'll just put in here new customer and then add that to email. And when I just choose that video, it's just going to create a page with that video on it. So it's going to have my OneMob logo and my OneMob branding on it. And then it's going to add that video on top of it as well. But there can be more that's done. So we'll take off this example, which is just that video. Let's go back in to the integration here and show you some of the other options. And by the way, if I hit record video here, what it's going to do is it's going to open up another tab that's going to bring you straight to our new webcam recorder. So you can make that quick video. And by the way, if I'm using my phone, my mobile app, I can obviously just record there and I will see that video show up here. And obviously I've got my one screen option as well if I want to do a quick screen recording before I send this out. So a lot of folks want to use pre-made pages, or they want to select other content. They just don't want to send a video, and that's kind of part of the magic of OneMob. So what I'll do is I'm going to choose that video, and instead of hitting next, what I'm going to do is go to more options, and that gives me a couple more options. So I can go to add more content, or I can use an existing page. Add more content is going to bring me back to my library here, where I can kind of pick and choose the things that I want to add, maybe a screen recording, maybe a demo video, maybe a slide deck. And now when I save that, it's going to add those onto my page. So I can actually preview this, and hey, it's not just that video, it's my branded page, and there's those other videos and content that I selected.
Yeah, and I like to think of those, Rob, as like attachments, right? Because again, even when you're sending an email in part of a series or a cadence, like you still might want to typically attach like a PDF or, maybe some other content, pricing, testimonials, etc. So I think when people are thinking about using OneMob in these platforms, when you see add more content, think about, well, what are those attachments you would be normally adding to your email? That way you don't have to worry about the client having to open up a bunch of attachments. Some email clients block them, especially if you're going after a really strict company. So this is a nice way to kind of put it all on one place, get it tracked, and not bloat that email.
Yeah, totally. And you know what? When I was a OneMob user before I worked here, I stopped sending attachments. I would just send OneMobs, because now I could see, if people were engaged with not just my attachments, but throw in links to that as well. And then on the flip side, my customers loved it because, you can send a couple PDFs and a PowerPoint, and, sending those attachments can get really big really quickly and mess up their inbox. So I know my customers really appreciated that as well. So going back to Salesloft here, I can go and hit next. And what that's going to do is, again, ask me to rename that if I wish to, but I'm going to just go ahead and add this to my email. And hey, there it is right there in my template. So I can save this template and go email that to a contact, put it in an email sequence or cadence. And I can even see a little preview of what it's going to look like here in Salesloft on the right-hand side. So that is Salesloft. Let's go over to Outreach, and it's going to look very similar. I'm going to do it a little bit differently on Outreach, though. I'm going to go to my prospects, my contacts here. And what I'll do is I'll grab one of my contacts and I will send them a new email. So we'll send email. And again, they also, within Outreach, have the ability to do these templates as well. So you can do it the same way, but I'm just showing you a different way to do that. So, this is our email composer. We do have two options here because we have kind of like the developers version where we go in and test things. So you will only see one. And again, your admin has to activate this for you within Outreach, Salesloft, or XANT. So I'll go ahead and pick, hopefully I picked the right one. Oh, I did not. We'll try the other one. There we go. This is the one I'm already logged into. So from here, again, it looks very similar, right? It's pulls up all my videos. I can select the video I want. Maybe we'll go with kind of the more marketing video for this one. I can simply add that, but I'm going to go to more options. This time I'll use a new page. Again, I can reuse pages that I've already had. I can go to shared pages and use a page that maybe someone else at OneMob has created for me. So you do have that option. And I really feel like adding a full page is really the easy button. So if I go down here, I can kind of find one of my test pages and I can save that. And now it's not just that video. I've got that entire page and I can preview and make sure that looks good. All right, looking good. And one more thing I want to point out is I still have my settings. So settings within OneMob, that is my email notifications. That's that require email to view. That's those security options and our tracking options. So you do still have those options where you can turn those on or off. And hey, you even got that animated thumbnail option as well. So we'll go ahead and add that to my email. Again, we kind of give you that option to rename that link. So when you go back to your link tracking within OneMob, very easy to find that link. And you can see this one's got that animated thumbnail on it. So I can kind of make my message here, hit send. And I bet your competition's probably not sending cool videos like this.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point about when you were showing the settings. So I think the nice thing that people may not even realize is, a lot of these platforms are connected to things like Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics. And normally when Salesloft or Outreach or XANT sends an email, it'll track, the email send, the email open. Well, we're also connected to Microsoft Salesforce. So because of this integration, if you use that email, that video in a one-to-one email or in a sequence or cadence where it's just going automatically, Salesloft, Outreach, XANT, they're going to tell OneMob who the recipient is, and then we're going to query Salesforce and we're going to write the data back. So now in Salesforce or Dynamics, you're not just going to get email sent, email open, but you'll get video watched, video played, document clicked, all those other actions depending on what you attach to the page. So I think that's also really valuable bonus here. Here you're showing the integration to the opportunity as well, so you can tie it to revenue. So those are also some key features to take note of.
Yes. All right. I'm going to hand it over to you. So let me stop sharing. And by the way, if anyone is out there, I know we get more people that kind of watch the replay, but we would love to hear from you guys in the chat. It looks like Miguel's in there posting some links for us from support. Nice. So appreciate that, Miguel. But we would love to hear from you. But Sati, you're going to show us XANT, which very similar, but looks a little bit different.
Yeah, and again, most of the time, people who are using XANT, again, they're really like already integrated into their CRM. So here I'm inside Salesforce or Dynamics, and you can see you got this.
There we go.
All right. So again, I was just saying that normally when you're using XANT, you're in Salesforce or Dynamics, and they have this little like widget on the side, and you click it, and it opens up the XANT plugin. So it's a little bit different in terms of the UI, but the abilities are definitely there. So again, if I'm doing a sequence or a step in my action, in my plays that they call them, I can then bring up the email composer. You see the little video option, and once you click this, it literally will open up OneMob. Again, it's a little bit different form factor because of the narrow UI that they've decided, but you can get the same experience. You can search your videos. You can filter them based off the different folders or tags. And you can see all of my content is here. And again, if I want to record, because this was a point that you brought up, most people who are using these plugins for the first time may not have anything in their library. So you're going to obviously want to record a video using our mobile apps, which you mentioned, using our webcam where you have the built-in teleprompter. So, the nice thing is the moment I click record and end this process, boom, I'm back in XANT, and my video is going to show up right away here. So it's really quick, really simple. Don't have to jump around a lot. Let's say I just grab this video, and then again, I'll follow suit and grab maybe an existing page. So I'll go ahead and just grab maybe like my demo page here and save that. And so ready to go. I can do the settings that you mentioned. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead here, click next, give it a compelling name. I'll just call this, video for Richard, and then add that. And so now when I send it, you'll see what the end results are. And again, XANT's going to send the email. That activity is going to be logged here inside. And you can see the email was just sent. And then once I log in as Richard and I start to click around and watch the video, you'll start to see other things, video watches, page views, document viewed, all that stuff automatically will show up for the customer. And I think I probably have it here. Just bring it up here really quick. Normally takes about there you go. So here's what the email looks like. So yeah, I mean, again, I think what's really fascinating about this whole thing is like you can really bring it all together in one place. I mean, you really don't even have to go to OneMob anymore. You can just live and breathe in these plugins and have like such a great experience without having to hop around different platforms. So yeah, I think that was the main thing we wanted to show. What else do you think we should talk about with respect to the plugins? All the plugins are documented also on our support page. So if you guys have any questions on them, support.onemob.com. I know Miguel's posting up some of those links as well. onemob.com/Salesloft, Outreach, or XANT to learn more.
No, I think that covers it with the integrations. I know we have a lot of customers that are taking advantage of these, and I'm sure there's a lot of folks that are out there that are using these platforms that are looking to add video now. So, hey, where should those people go that are looking to add video to their sales cadences and outreach and XANT? What's the perfect place for them to take a look at OneMob?
The new website. I mean, first of all, just again, hats off, applause for our engineers, our designer putting this together. We've, for those of you who've been with us for a while, you know, we haven't really updated our website for some time. So this is a pretty major update to the platform and to kind of the way we're positioning OneMob. Again, you know, video has been core to our platform. We've built so much around it, but we truly are this all-in-one video platform. So I encourage people to come visit the website, take a look at it. You know, I love the simplicity. I love kind of the ease of use around navigating. The things that are kind of top of mind, people always ask us about examples. So as soon as you go to the website, click on examples. You'll see some real examples here. Again, I think here's Scott's example earlier from OKC. So take a look at some of these, get inspired. If you have a great example, send it over our way and it may just find itself on the examples page. Also, I highly recommend just visiting our blog because we have a lot of good articles that we post there, as well as a support page. And then the thing that I really like is all of our demos are available. So if you want to quickly watch an overview, you can do that. If you have folks who want to learn more about video, you can see some of the clients who use this. This right here is probably one of my most favorite parts of the website because I get asked a lot when people are trying to sell video internally. I need to build business cases. I need stats. And, you know, I don't think we mentioned this, but, you know, Salesloft, they actually, yeah, here it is. They did a study where they ran video in their emails and they saw a 26% increase in email replies. So again, if you're running sequences, cadences, and you want to increase your replies by 26%, I mean, who doesn't? Like, you got some great stats by third parties, whether it's selling or even now with a lot of folks working from home, we're seeing a lot of these internal use cases, sending videos to employees, training employees with video. So great stats that you can include. Again, here's just a few quick 30, 60-second video demos on areas of our platform that I recommend people spend some time watching. These are all really short, punchy, but you can get a good idea of what are some of the things you can do in the platform. So take a look at that. Again, our integrations, and we'll keep adding to this, but as you highlight over these, you can see the platforms that we integrate and what we can do. And then down here, a few more of our kind of more enterprise ROI-based features. And then some of our, you know, grateful customers and advocates who've been using our platform, some of their words and feedback that I encourage you to take a look at. You can also see a lot of our reviews straight from websites like G2. So you can see some of those there. You know, again, if you're wanting to kick the tires, we also have monthly pricing you can play around with if you want to start with the platform before going into something like enterprise. Or usage-based if you want to use the platform unlimited, but really focus on numbers of videos. We're more than happy to put together a contract that makes sense for you. And then again, going back to those examples, I mean, video is one of those things where people always want to see what are other people doing. Take a look at these examples. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, because we're creating new content every week, I feel like. So lots of tips, lots of guidance, lots of insight we can share. But this new page, again, I'm really proud of the team. I think it's beautiful. I think it's clear. And, you know, we're, hoping that you'll be able to get some value and hopefully bring video into your organization.
Yeah. And again, great job with the new website. It just makes me smile when I when I go to it. I really like it. So yeah, if you are considering video and you stumbled across this, the call to action is go check out OneMob.com. Take a look at what we have. You can contact us from there and maybe get something going. And if you're a current customer and you don't know me, I guess shame on me. I was gonna say shame on you, but let me know. If you want to kind of see a deeper dive into some of these integrations, if we want to talk about getting your teams set up, if you are already kind of using some of these platforms, I can kind of give you the deeper dive into how they all work. But they are great. I use them myself. And if you guys are on those platforms, this is a really great way to just kind of add video into that. So.
And all these videos are on our YouTube channel, right? Like, so if you've missed the OneMob lives, they're all on our YouTube channel, right?
Yes, we are live on YouTube right now. So, and we've got a special new playlist with Sati's video tips. So we're up to video tip, number 8's coming next week, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're trying to get out a lot of content for you guys to chew on and help you make some better videos and, have a better experience and get more responses and interactions with your customer. So we will continue to do these, but if you want to hit us up and let us know kind of what you want to hear about next on, maybe those video tips, maybe our next webinar, maybe our next live event, let us know, because we'll definitely kind of take that into consideration. Next time, March 10th, 2 weeks from today, we will go into our mobile apps. So have your phones ready. I'm going to share mine. We'll get into Apple. We'll get into Android. We'll show you some really cool features that we have on those. And I'll tell you all about how much I love to use my phone to record and why. So anything else?
No, that's it. I can't wait. Thanks, guys, for joining, for listening, sharing this. And we hope to see and hear from you soon.
All right. Thanks.